Kevin's on hold listening to this going, this guy's a conspiracy theorist.
Maybe so. Yeah, what, talking about actual rain?
Yeah.
Kevin Sorbo joins us on the show right now. Obviously, Kevin is a star of stage and screen and unapologetic in his support of Donald Trump and conservative values, and we so appreciate his support in Hollywood and beyond. And Kevin joins us on the Matt Murphy hotline right now. Kevin, good afternoon. Welcome in.
Good afternoon. I think a garbage bag is a perfect costume to wear today, and put Trump all over that thing. It's excellent.
I mean, what a gift. I mean, the mainstream media wants to call it some sort of political stunt, but I absolutely love it. I thought the moment of the campaign in 2024 would be Donald Trump serving McDonald's from the drive-thru, Kevin, but I think he topped himself with the garbage truck yesterday.
Well, you know, the left are the gift that keep giving, and they just keep trying to throw stuff out there. They've been attacking them for 10 years. They lie constant, which is amazing to me. I mean, anybody with any ounce of common sense at all, I don't care what side of the party line you're at. I mean, come on, give me a break. There is no comparison between these two candidates. Zero. But the only thing that is going to keep her close is something called mail-in voting.
Well, I mean, sadly, it's a reality that they perfected their craft in 2020. I don't know that they'll be able to accomplish their goal in 2024. I guess this goes right to the heart of the matter, Kevin. I know you support Donald Trump as I do. I know you're a conservative and a Christian as I am. The question is, how hopeful are you and how confident are you leading to Tuesday night?
Well, here's the thing. They did it 4 years ago. They did it when Hillary was running, but they didn't realize the sheer number of people that can come out and vote for this guy. And in 2020, he obviously had more votes than he had the first time around. And if you look at Obama, he had a huge drop from the second term compared to the first term in number of votes. He still won, but there was a big difference in the number. With Trump, he went up. But apparently Biden, who hid in his basement the entire time, got more votes. We all know that it's beyond crooked what's going on. Our government is evil. And we got a battle. But I think with everything going out there, even though they're showing some discrepancies already in the swing states, I think there's no possible way someone like Kamala Harris can win this election, because she didn't win one delegate to begin with. She didn't even make it past to Iowa. It's so obvious that even 99% of the Democrats didn't want her as president, but this is what they got. So the mainstream media is going to say whatever they possibly can say. And I look at her and I feel joy. Don't you feel joy when you look at her?
Oh, yeah, sure. When she's screaming and yelling and telling her own, supposedly her own supporters at her rallies that she's speaking and they need to sit down and be quiet. Oh, yeah, I feel the joy oozing out of her, Kevin. Sure. I mean, yeah, I want to quote something. It was an interaction that you had fairly recently, and I'm fascinated at how, I don't know if the Hollywood left, if they believe their own garbage or if they're just spewing it out there thinking that others will believe it. But Whoopi Goldberg, whom I don't watch very often on The View, explained, or woman-splained, or Whoopi-splained to all of us the other day that Hollywood is a, quote, right-leaning town. And went on to say, you don't know much about Hollywood history. She was talking to somebody else, but I'll school you. And she said that Hollywood actually leans right, which is ridiculous and fantastical to say the least. I mean, you know better than anybody, Kevin, what happens when you are honest and open about your Christianity and your conservative beliefs in that town. You got blacklisted, didn't you?
Of course I did. I'm the first cancel culture victim in Hollywood before it became a term that became so popular. My manager and agent booted me out over a dozen years ago, but my wife and I formed Sorbo Studios, and please go to sorbostudios.com. Keep you up to date, everything coming on the pipeline. But it's crazy what she said, and it's so ridiculous. It's so obvious where they stand. You see very few people. You mean myself, you got Clint Eastwood, you got Mel Gibson, of course, Jim Caviezel. There are people that are speaking up and getting out there, but we're outnumbered 100-1 easily. And for her to say that is insane. Look, every time I've been on that show, she's always been very nice to me, I'll be honest. But I doubt she'd be nice to me now. Joy, which is totally misnamed for Joy Behar. There's no joy in that woman's life. I mean, she was never nice. She doesn't like herself. This is a woman that just is disgusted with her own life. But
right.
To me, for them to say that, then they don't know their history, because the only time you can go back to the 1930s and 40s, there was more conservatives in Hollywood back then. Certainly, the Warner Brothers and the former Warner Studios were conservatives. But, the 50s started changing the thing, and the 60s just really accelerated it, and it's been going downhill ever since for Hollywood. But they don't care they can lie, they can steal, they can cheat, whatever. They honestly don't care. And their hypocrisy, they just wear it right on their sleeve constantly.
Well, and I don't judge individuals and the decisions that they make, and I can understand in that environment why some would feel it necessary to not talk about their political beliefs, to not talk about their faith-based beliefs. You took a stand on this, and you mentioned Sorbo Studios, and I just want to take the opportunity. I did it the last time we talked, Kevin, to congratulate you on saying, no, I'm going to be my own man. I'm not going to hide my beliefs, whether it be political or faith-based, obviously. And if it's necessary, I will create my own entity that can then produce good entertainment for like-minded people. And you did it with Sorbo Studios.
Well, I'm doing movies that Hollywood used to do, right? I mean, they used to do movies. They had faith-based movies back then. Actually, they do faith-based movies. It's just atheism. I mean, atheism is a very strong religion.
That's a good point. That's right.
To believe in absolutely nothing is quite amazing. But to me, this was the road that I was meant to go on. I was always conservative. I was always Christian. They kind of knew it. But the last 10, 12 years, the winds have changed drastically in Hollywood, and they come after you. Every movie I've been doing over the last probably 6, 7 years, I get people stopping me all the time on the set saying, hey, thanks for being a voice for us. It will be a voice for yourself. Oh, I don't want to get blacklisted like you. And I go, blacklisted? Here you are in a movie I'm doing. You're still making a movie. But, we're the new conservatives, and, the conservatives and the Christians are the new in the closet people. The gays are out in full force. I'm just one of the guys that opened my door and said, here I am, and I don't care. You can attack me all you want.
Well, and Kevin Sorbo, our guest, of course. Kevin, you made it a point over the last year or so, and I don't know how far back this goes, to kind of reinforce the idea that masculinity is not a toxic thing. Hollywood wants us to believe that. Many on the political left want us to believe that being a man or being masculine and doing manly things is somehow a negative. And you're reinforcing, especially to the younger generation, that no, that is not a negative. It's not toxic. It is perfectly natural, and it is the way that we were created. Am I correct?
Men are men and women are women. Do we have some similarities? Certainly do, but we have differences as well. And those differences are positive on both sides. I'm not sitting there telling that. Here's the problem. We've wussified men through television and through through Washington, D.C., to what they do in terms of Hollywood. I mean, if you look at the sitcoms, ever since the 70s, the male in the family, the father in the family, is always the guy. He's chunky, he's out of shape, he's kind of a dork. The mom is the babe, right? And the kids just make fun of dad. He's the pincushion and make fun of in the family. So we've been doing this over and over again, brainwashing kids to say that fathers are not important. I love that my sons, they go to the gym, they wear T-shirts that say embrace masculinity. I love it. I mean, they have no fear in them as well to go out there and to show that, hey, there's a difference in us. I wrote a book. It's called The Bare Essentials of Fatherhood, dealing with the importance of fathers and family. Another one called The Test of Linehood. Both these books are with Brave Books. Please go to bravebooks.com. I work with Kirk Cameron on that, and just did a bunch of more ads that they'll be out there soon for these guys, because they do wonderful, morally based books that really are about what's important, family, faith, all these things. And these guys are pushing it out there, and they're growing fast and furious. So not out the Brave Books right now.
And obviously the latest thing that you can find Kevin in on screen, and hopefully many of my listeners have already seen it in the theaters, is Reagan. What a fabulous film, Kevin. Congratulations for every aspect of this movie. What a great retelling of what is truly an American success story in the form of Ronald Reagan.
Yeah, it's a great movie. I hope people check it out. I have a new one coming out. It opens next month. It's a Christmas movie called God's Here. So I hope people go online, check out the trailer, and support this movie when it comes out.
Kevin, we appreciate you more than we can say. I appreciate you being a voice out of Hollyweird. I mean, I hate saying that because I don't associate you with Hollywood, really, but I do find it fascinating, the stand that you're taking, and I think you're creating a dynamic that more younger actors, younger actresses, and other people in the entertainment industry feel comfortable enough to take a stand for their own values and their own Christian faith. And I speak to the entire audience when I say thank you for that.
Well, you're welcome. And we got a fight on our hands. It's just, to me, look, if you're a Christian conservative in Hollywood, it's a double leper anyway. But I escaped that crazy state 6 years ago. I live in the free state of Florida. I left the worst governor for the best governor. We love it. We're there. I think one of the blessings of COVID was that 2 million more families woke up and realized they shouldn't be using public schools as a place to babysit their kids. They saw how horrible they are and the indoctrination camps that they have leading into our horrible universities, where even Bill Maher said, don't send your kids to American universities. So my wife is a homeschool advocate. She travels the country. Her latest book is called Parents' Guide to Homeschooling. Mm-hmm. It's about making education easy and fun. So I hope people will go to Sorbo Studios and check that out as well. We have a great team that we're working together to change this, get everything out of government's hand, because as we know, like President Reagan said, the words of fear are high and from the government, and I'm here to help.
Oh, no question about it. Kevin, thank you for everything you do. I encourage people to get over to sorbostudios.com for more information about all of the different projects you're involved in. And next time you're in Nash, come see us, my friend.
I will definitely do that. I was just there. We should have hooked up. I was there doing a speaking event.
Oh, come on, Kevin. Just hit me up.
I know.
Hit me up next time around. I'll get you in studio, okay?
All right. Sounds good.
All right. Thank you, Kevin. There's Kevin Sorbo.